We just want to tackle a moral topic by the head. So, well, first of all, what you're looking at here, you might think it's, chicken wings, buffalo wings, but it's 100% plant-based, 100% pure, basically vegan joint that we went to. So it begs the question, basically, if you're pursuing veganism, should you basically, order vegan options at, places that have both, basically that have both vegan and non-vegan options. Um, so if you're thinking about this in terms of the supply chain, the chain of, ethics, right? In my perspective, if you want to, if you don't want to partake, if you are against the idea of partaking in what is essentially, violence against animals, it makes sense if you're eating out to only go to a pure vegan, 100% vegan place because you're completely out of that ecosystem that is involved, with animal flesh, animal byproducts. So I think in a pure ethical sense, it is, if you're eating out, it's better to stay with 100% basically straight up pure play vegan restaurants. The other topic I want to address is basically, see, I'm a little more nuanced about this. So if you're vegan, right, you can order all sorts of vegan options at an Indian restaurant. An Indian restaurant has vegetarian options. As every vegan knows, vegetarian doesn't necessarily mean vegan. Um, it's very basic. So veganism to me is the pure vegetarianism. If you're a vegetarian, well, if you have animal byproducts such as milk, butter, or ghee, which is butter, um, basically milk and dairy, how is that vegetarian? Because you're looking at something that comes from an animal, right? So within Indian restaurants, there are options to get vegan pure plays, but if if upon, basically when we are physically in India, I feel like there is a moral nuance, and let me tell you why that is so. India is an ethical country. So you have a lot of Western activists against dairy, against the dairy industry, but my perspective, India is an ethical country that treats the animals with pure respect. So if for example, you're getting a vegetarian Indian meal and the dairy is sourced, say, from a, from an ethical, sustainable place that's run by, for example, but not limited to, Hare Krishna, the International Society for Krishna Consciousness. That's a world of ethically that's definitely different than, say, you're buying manufactured dairy where cows are, basically cows alongside other sentient, um, non-human animals are being mistreated, right? So there's definitely a difference between, I believe there's a difference if you're eating non-vegan vegetarian in the land of India proper, as opposed to eating non-vegan vegetarian Indian fare, for example, in the United States, in a Western country, because most likely, if you're eating non-vegan vegetarian Indian food in a Western country, most likely that dairy is sourced from the traditional, whatever industry. But I believe that in India proper, India basically, it's different. So if you're eating non-vegan vegetarian fare in India, I believe there is a qualitative difference in terms of the morality of the sourcing of the ghee, the dairy, as opposed to how cows are treated outside of India. How basically, you get what I'm saying? So basically, while you are in a Western country, basically to live ethically, basically it's to be on the ethical shore ground. it's better to stay with pure play vegan options. If you're eating out, I would say it's important to make sure it's a vegan pure play, not vegan on the side. Here's a vegan option for the vegans, basically, but vegan all around, 360, no animal byproduct. That's the way to maintain the to that's the easiest ethical resolution is, basically, well, in general, maybe whether you're in India or not in India, maybe basically the purest answer in the end, in a dialectical manner, it's probably for everybody to be vegan. For everybody to be vegan. Not, I'm going to be vegan in America, but I'm going to be a non-vegan vegetarian when I'm living in India. Then if I'm not living in India, I'm going to be vegan. But if I'm in India, I mean, if I'm not in India, I'm going to be vegan. But if I'm in India, I don't need, I only need to be vegetarian. I can have dairy, I can have ghee, I can have naan or roti with ghee. You know what? It's actually the simplest solution is just for everybody to be vegan.